So I get your question. Your question is, what do you do when you show up at home at 11 o'clock at night after some kind of going out and you see water all over your floors? There's simple 5 steps. Step number 1, you go and shut off electricity. And if you know a lot about it, you could shut off only in the area that you need. Otherwise, you can shut down the whole house. Step number 2, you need to shut off water supply. Usually you have a meter at your driveway. You shut off the water. Step number 3, you need to record everything. You need to have documentation. So you grab your phone and you walk through and record everything. Everything you can see, every door you can open, and do very nice, thorough, slow video if you can. Step number 4, if you have the capacity and you can, if you have a vacuum, you take a vacuum and you vacuum all the standing water up to prevent water from going and seeping to other rooms and other spaces. Next step is call professionals. We're open 24/7. We service Washington and Oregon. We are out there to help. I have a team on standby at any given time. We would show up and we would record everything properly. We know we're certified. We know exactly what insurance looking for as documentation and proof. And after that, last step is to sit down and call your insurance and open a claim. If it's 11 o'clock at night, you can do it tomorrow morning. It's not a big deal. The big deal is to stop the situation, get a professional out there, and after that you can safely proceed with calling insurance. That most of the people don't know the procedures. They don't know what to do. They don't know the proper steps. And a lot of times due to that, people wait. People don't take care of those situations. And your insurance has a protocol that says that you have to do whatever it takes to stop the water, to prevent it from going further and damaging more structure. And at that time, you can get a hold of your insurance, and they would recommend exactly the same thing, to get a professional certified specialist on the job to assess and to prevent further damages. The question is to verify your policy, to make sure that you're in a good hands. My recommendation is make sure your policy is active. Make sure you do have a paid policy, because if you have a lapse on a policy, it doesn't cover. Step number 3 is double check your deductible. Sometimes you have 1% from your value, which could exceed $10,000s of dollars if your house value is big. My recommendation, it should be somewhere between $500 and $2,500. So it's acceptable to a one-time payment. Also, check your limits. Check your policy limits. Make sure that your house is adequate for the limits that you have. It is not that difficult to find a competitive, comprehensive cost of today's value home, same size, same location, and double check that. And your agent who sold you that policy is the best person to confirm it with, because they are the ones who write the policy all the time, but sometimes they do miss to update the value of the property.